No one talks about how we learn to reject ourselves out of fear of not being accepted. And this fear of rejection stems from our childhood. I was reading The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. He's also the author of The Four Agreements. And in this book, he gives several examples of how emotional wounds, emotional poison is formed. One example was this little boy was playing with his father's guitar. The father had a bad day at work, wasn't feeling the best. The kid is just playing with the guitar and not knowing the dangers of, potentially messing up his father's guitar. And so the father comes in immediately, grabs him and spank him. And the child is just being playful. He's not aware that, he can damage his father's guitar. And so now that emotional wound forms, and he begins not to trust his father because he hasn't developed the emotional intelligence yet because he's a child. And so again, this is why it's important for us to do the work before we bring kids into this world and learn how to regulate our emotions, because we're going to have to help our kids co-regulate because they don't know better yet. They're innocent. And we want to be mindful of what we are programming them, you know. Um, and so he talks about the reward system a lot too, for, being bad and good. But we need to learn how to help our kids regulate their emotions by talking to them. We as parents need to build our emotional capacity, learn how to regulate our emotions, and have patience so that we can explain to our kids why something is good or bad and teach them how to operate from a place of love rather than fear, because whatever the core beliefs that we program into our kids, that is what they're going to operate from, and that's how they're going to see the world. And their programming affects the seven key areas of their life: spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, their career, relationships, especially in romantic relationships. It affects them greatly in how they choose their partner.